My family and I decided to spend New Year's with summer friends of the family to ring in 2015. There are 3 big families and we're all pretty close. There were about 20 of us there. The family hosting us that night made this huge wonderful meal and we were all so excited. The hostess, to avoid confusion, we will call Maria. We were lounging around the house waiting for Maria's husband, son, and son-in-law to come home from work. Man, having a good time. Maria's son-in-law came home and turned out that he had invited his friend from work to join in the festivities. Everyone was welcoming and tried to make him comfortable. I began to notice that I kept catching his friend's eye ever since he showed up. I was already noticeably pregnant in Pedro, one of the dads there, took notice and began to bring up my pregnancy, obviously with the intention of letting friend know that in my condition, I was certainly not looking for a hookup. This plan backfired. Friend began to give me pregnancy advice and told me about his children, and his eyes began to shine the way a person's so when they are becoming aroused. This made me very uncomfortable, and I decided that I would just avoid friend for that night. It didn't matter where I was, he would do his damn best to keep me in his line of vision and would not take his eyes off me for any length of time, even though he was in deep conversation with Pedro, who, God bless him, did his best to try to distract friend from me and make sure he was not near me. Eventually, at about 11, we all decided that we wanted coffee in true Hispanic fashion, and when Maria mentioned she had cake mix, I volunteered to make the cake so that we could have something sweet to eat with our coffee. At this point, a friend is fidgeting like mad. He looks on drugs. He suddenly gets up, and as I was about to crack the eggs and got so close to me that he had me pinned against himself and section of the counter. He is so close to me and starts giving me advice on how to make my cake. This is fucking nuts. I've done this a million times. I start to tell him this, and he keeps talking over me, and he presses his crotch on me so that I can feel that he is rock hard and gives me that look. I'm so nauseous, uneasy, and annoyed at that point that I say, "Look, I've done this a million times and I don't need your help." Thankfully, you can see perfectly into the kitchen from the family den from the waist up, so he finally gave up and went back to the den. Many more things happened during the night that made me want to throw up, like the New Year's hug when he tried to feel me up. I have nothing against people with pregnancy fetishes. I can understand that people have sexual preferences, but this guy clearly didn't get the hint that I was not interested and didn't care that I am carrying someone else's child in my womb. I found it to be a sickening thing that he would do this to a pregnant woman. I hope I never meet him again. I attended what expected to be a super fun party ringing in 2015 at a close friend's home. I expected to be awake until dawn, so I made sure to eat a big dinner and arrived late to the party at around 11 p.m. with 2 of my best friends. We're a pretty tight-knit social group, and despite the party being a combination house show with several bands playing, I knew virtually all of the 60 or so people who were already there when I arrived. Among friends and acquaintances, everyone was celebrating, drinking, and having a good time. I had planned to meet up with some other friends at around 2 a.m. when they were done bartending at a public event, so I was drinking socially but in moderation. I'm no stranger to the sauce and have a healthy tolerance. By midnight, the party had grown to at least 100 people, and by this time, there were people drifting in from neighboring parties in the surrounding university area, despite attempts to limit attendees to people we all actually knew. I opened my 3rd beer at 1 a.m. and continued taking photos, snaps, and messaging other friends who were not there. Around 1:30 a.m., I started to feel really drunk, thinking that perhaps I was just overwhelmed by the constant activity all around me. I stepped into the mostly empty living room for a breather and to message my friend. I sent her a message inviting her to the party as we planned on meeting up. As I finished my message, whisper. He quickly said to me, "In a few minutes, you aren't going to remember anything, and I will murder the shit out of you." I froze. It hit me. I wasn't really drunk. The confusion I had attributed to social anxiety in a large crowd I was experienced because I had been drugged. I knew I had only moments to prevent the inevitable. I ran from him best I could and didn't turn around. I went and retrieved my purse and jacket and started calling the two people I meant to meet up with at 2 a.m. I was so out of it, I was having a hard time communicating what was happening. I started crying, moving throughout the house trying to find someone I could explain to. I was too disoriented. Thankfully, friend number one was able to leave from bartending and came to get me. He called me, and as I ran outside, the creepy guy literally chased me. I got to my friend's car, and as I started to black out, he said the creepy guy was trying to wave him down, shouting to him that the creepy guy was my friend and was going to take me home. Friend number one told me I just kept saying, "Drive, drive," and he took me home where we met up with friend number two, who was bartending the event. At 2:30 a.m., I lost consciousness and remained unconscious for 5.5 hours. They were shaking me, trying to get some kind of reaction. Nothing. I didn't respond in any way. They sat up with me throughout the night to make sure I was okay. Around 7 a.m., I thought somehow I managed to get up and climb into my bed. At 9 a.m., I woke with a start and had no idea where I was. I was so relieved to discover I was safely at home. I was high for a total of 20 hours and didn't feel normal again for several days. I don't think I'll ever know who drugged me, and I have only a vague description to work from. So, creepy guy who tried to drug and rape me, let's not meet ever again.